My name is Tracy Letcher, and I am a resident of the Mdwthp neighborhood, and I have been on 2 different site-based councils in this district. I've been part of the hiring crew for Mdwthp Elementary when we needed to hire a principal back in 2010, and I was part of the hiring crew for Lexington Traditional Magnet when we hired Principal Wade Stanfield just this past year. So I've had a lot of site-based training, that's one thing, and so that's helped me get really involved in the school system. And part of that involvement has taken me to evaluate and look back and review some of the policies that we have in this district that maybe aren't being executed completely or are being ignored or just need to be updated. So I really want to encourage that as we go through this process that we think about that. So, wow, here we are, because I have been emailing you for months, and I've been talking to you, and I've been explaining, and I've had meetings, and I've had discussions, and I've heard from other parents who have sent emails and reached out, and from staff members at Mdwthp Elementary who have reached out and begged for your help, because the complaint process in the school system is really lacking. It is not fair to ask employees to ask their supervisor to sign off on a complaint. And that is what is on your web page as part of the main page. And there's no explanation that there's an alternative. There's not even a guideline or step process for your employees. I know you value your 5,000 employees. I know you know how much they love teaching and how much they want to be in their schools, because as we say in education, no one's doing this for the money, that's for sure. What I want you to do is I'm asking the board at this point, and here we are in late October, to evaluate some process, because in a situation that has occurred at Mdwthp with the administration, our hands have been tied for the fact that we help hire a principal and then we're out of the process. And of course, that's state law, and that's okay. However, the evaluation of a principal is not even built on teacher evaluation, teacher input, parent input, and that's lacking. And there is no way for the community to even see a review or a connection, or to see any way to offer help, or to see the weaknesses or the strengths that need to be improved. It gets handed over to the superintendent, and then if the superintendent chooses not to address an issue with a principal in this district with over, 34 elementary schools now, at least, then you're stuck. So then if your principal isn't doing their job, and then your superintendent isn't doing their job, then it goes to the board. And then the board has to deal with these issues. And a lot of times they're not well informed about what's happening, and they're hearing information from so many different angles, they're not sure what's fact and what's not. But that's the job of a board and of a superintendent, is to sift through everything and to listen. There must be something to it. If there's this much passion behind it, this much variety, and now we have a petition on change.org, and when I checked before I left this evening to come to the meeting, there was over 151 signatures of people who want to see some type of resolution, support, or help at Mdwthp Elementary. Those are your constituents who are reaching out and saying, we're paying attention, we need help, and I hear it as common discussion in the grocery store, on the college campus, asking what is this school board doing? And then they hear about issues at Mdwthp and at other elementary schools, and they hear that people aren't being listened to. There is more to serving on a school board and more to being in Fayette County administration than just signing off on policies and documents and going through the steps. We have over 80 employees in this district that make over $100,000. We also have a starting salary for teachers in the $40,000 area usually. That's really high. And that's wonderful because we get a lot of people from the surrounding counties who come to us because we offer $10,000 or $15,000 more. And that's great. We're getting the best and the brightest. However, it's a problem if we're not providing that support. As an employer, which we are as a Fayette County school system, we need to provide a better human resources support. We need to listen better to our staff. We need hotlines that I know that you're aware of that you're trying to set up, but we need to bid those things out properly. We need to communicate with the staff, communicate with the parents. We have gotten ourselves in a mess at Mdwthp, and we have begged for help. And what we got was a corrective action plan in June that did not even have a timeline, did not have a system laid out of rewards, consequences, no details of how to train on money and budgeting. It was just a basic bullet point list. I want to refer you to the one slide I have over here. And on the left, you'll notice a pie chart, and it looks like one of the dimensions there is missing, but retained teachers since 2010 is 29%. And the departed teachers, with probably only 2 retirees there. The rest are pink slips, transfers, or other reasons. Then if you look at the chart on the right.
Excuse me, could you wrap
Yeah,
this
I'm
up?
almost done.
Okay, thank you.
That's the last thing I want to show you, which is the chart on the right. And I want to show you the dramatic drop. It's not important necessarily to see the numbers, but to see the dramatic drop. Now, last thing I want to ask is, I know that you offered help to William Wells Brown because of their status, but I haven't seen any help offered to Mdwthp. We haven't even had a public meeting to discuss our scores. No one has been able to get individual scores of our students. There's no consistency in the district on how to release that. Received an email early October saying we get the information. We still don't have it. How can we assess and correctly put students where they need to be, and how can we resolve this issue? If a school drops this far, then your school board needs to react. And our administration, with our over 80 people getting paid over $100,000, need to give support to Mdwthp, more than just babysitting every day, but coming in and helping us get our policy straight, our budget straight, and our training straight. I'm asking for you to send some help, and I'm asking you to resolve this for once and get taken care of so we feel fresh and so we feel like you're doing something about our drop.